All right, it's teaching time.
Still there.
Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to the hair experience. I'm Curtis, your guide to get banging, popping, beautiful, luxurious, twerking hair back on your head. I don't think the twerk goes in there, but anyways, subscribe below. It's super important to your boy. Hit that thumbs up button if you like my content. All right, I'm being stupid today. All right, we're getting practical today. So anyways, hairbymhe.com's got all your supplies, starter kits, ebooks, hairstyling products, our new white bond, our new clear bond, and hair units are still delayed. Coronavirus, what are you gonna do, right? So anyways, subscribe, I already said that. myhairexperience.com's got a lot of FAQs, tutorials. Guys, information is power. That's why I've done more videos than anyone on the planet on this subject. That's why I continue to be able to make videos, because information is key. All right, we're gonna get to it today. What are you talking about? How did I just get short-winded? Okay. We're talking about the actual practical application of white bond, clear bond, and tape. Now, you guys who've been doing this a while, you've got a way that works for you. Perfect. Keep doing it the way you're doing it, okay? If it works for you, there's more than one way to skin this cat, as the saying goes. So if it works for you, roll with it. If you need to gain knowledge on how to do it and do it right, listen up to this. There we go. Okay, so these are just two of our test products when we were doing our testing in white bonds and clear bonds. So this is going to be a white bond, this will be a clear bond, and we've got a piece of the super tape that we sell, and we're going to do application, the correct application of each one, and I'm also going to talk about scalp protector application. Very simple. Guys, there is, how does that saying, I'm a saying analogy today, for some reason. The house is only as strong as its foundation. That's the truth with anything. So if you're going to apply a bond or a tape to an area that is contaminated, and when I say the word contaminated, I'm not calling anybody dirty or, hey, you know, it's dirty. Contamination could be a multitude of things. It could be it's anything that makes the surface not 100% clean. And when I say that, it could be anything from you're doing your hair unit and your wife is over here spraying hairspray, let's say, and it becomes in the air and that aerosol lands on your head, that surface is now contaminated. Is it going to make a huge difference? Probably not. You know, it could lessen the hold time of a product substantially. Or it could be sweat. You know, like for instance, I've had people, actually a couple, reach out to me here lately saying the back of their unit comes up first. Why? Let's go ahead and get into that real quick. Guys, if you do the back of your unit, okay, and you get this little lip, I'll try to zoom in. You get this little lip, for instance, this tiny little lip, okay, on the back. You sleep. And you sleep on your head for 7-8 hours a day. Some guys less, some guys more. It is what it is. But you're laying on your head for that amount of time. That's where the most damage to a hair unit comes from. That and washing, period, is laying on your head for 8 hours. So you get this little lip, and then if you're not using a satin or a silk pillowcase, that's why I'm so adamant about, that's one reason why I'm so adamant about it, is that is going to want to catch on that pillowcase. And over time, it's going to want to roll up. As it rolls up, you cause failure. There you go, the back of your unit failed first. The next thing is shower. So if you've got this little lip in the back, let's say, and water gets in there and penetrates into that bond or into that tape, over time it's going to weaken that edge and weaken that edge and weaken that edge, and then your back of your unit's going to come up. So you want to do the best you can to get that edge in the back secure to where there's no lip. And I know that's not easy, I know it's not great, but it is the best way for that result to work. So hopefully that fixes that for you guys. And some of this is going to lead into that. But if you don't have a lip, you're better off. You're going to get a longer hold time and get that silk or satin pillowcase. It's really good for the hair. Cotton is very drying. It's a wicking natured product. It wants to pull the water from anything it can. That's why they make towels out of it. So you really want to... We gotta pause. Okay, I'm back. No Rona. Just a coughing fit. I guess I got dry mouth. Anyways. So cotton's a wicking of nature. My eyes are watering now. It wants to wick by default. Silk and satin does not. So the cotton will dry the hair out over time and cause premature failure. So just keep that in mind. So now we're going to go on to the proper application of your tape, your scalp protector, your clear bond, or your white bond. Now this is going to be for 99% of the products that are out there. If somebody has a different or better way, please advise. But this is going to be very simple. It's thin coats. That's really what it is. And a clean surface area is imperative. So what you want to do before you install your stuff, you've got a clean area and you've cleaned it the best you can. And when I say the best you can, you should feel no gumminess, no residue, no sticky spots. It should just feel like slick skin, okay? Once you've got to that slick skin point and you're not sweating, you'll use a 91% or better isopropyl alcohol. Get it on your cotton ball. And when I say get it on your cotton ball, don't get it to a point to where the cotton ball is just like dripping. You don't want a ton of this on your head. It's very drying, it's very rough on your skin. It just needs to be used to pull up the contamination that's left on your scalp. You're gonna use that, and then you're just gonna, when you wipe, you wanna wipe in a motion like this, okay? Now this had some glue residue on it from when I did another video, but you're gonna wanna wipe in one direction. So you're not doing this and then recontaminating the area over and over and over again. Just wipe in one direction, make sure that the area is clean of any nastiness, whatever randomness it may be, and let that dry. Once that's dry, now you're at a point to start your scalp protector. I didn't bring a scalp protector up here, but they come in many different forms. They come with a brush like this, or they come with a brush like this, or they come in with a dab style, like a bingo dabber almost, and you would dab it on the surface area. With the scalp protector, guys, if you put too much of that product on, you're gonna cause an adverse reaction or effect that it's not going to be helpful, it's going to be harmful. Thin coat or thin coats of any and all product, it's just as easy as I can put it. So you dab on lightly or you brush on lightly a thin coat. You should never see a wet spot left behind. You should never see what we'll call a high spot that has more volume of a product than the next. You want it to be laid out uniform and thinly. You really only need one coat of scalp protector, period. I don't see any need in two unless the product advises that you use two. I never use two. It's always just one. Let's go to a clear bond first. So a clear bond a lot of times will come with a brush style applicator, okay? And you can tell I've used this one because I used it during our testing phase. Get it off of the brush as much as you can, okay? Now I'm gonna try to zoom into this. You're gonna get these little stringy, hairy things. Just kind of roll them up like spaghetti or put it against the edge of the top. Now you've got this with the bond on it. So what you're gonna do is you're going to apply it across the area in a uniform pattern that's gonna be a thin pattern, okay? And it's gonna feel like a point to where the brush wants to start dragging itself, like slowing down. That way you kind of know that you've got a good thin coat, okay? You're done, that's it. If you get a spot that's gonna have like, for this for instance, okay? Like you're going along and some runs down the shaft of the stalk here and it gets this big old clump of glue there. There it is. Now we got a problem. All right, you got this big old nasty clump of glue there. You have to spread that out or remove it. The reason being is, and white bond has a whole different scenario with this. Reason being is this is never going to dry and fully cure. You need the product to cure at least 5 minutes, cool air, let it cure, and then place your unit down. If you get a glob like this, either spread it out or get a Q-tip with some isopropyl alcohol on it and just lightly remove it. That'll fix that problem. All right, so let me see if I can get this off tactfully. Nope. All right, so we'll go to different spot. No, it's working. Good, it didn't set up. All right, so we've done this. That's a clear bond. If you're doing it on a lace unit, remember that you have to build the deck height of the bond to be able to absorb the lace and the lace to disappear. So the lace has to be shorter or the bond has to be taller than what the lace is, so the two go together, it becomes seamless. Polyurethane, on the other hand, you're only looking for the adhesive property of the bond. You're not looking for the thickness of the bond to be able to, I got a coughing fit, to make the thing set into it and disappear. You're not looking for that. You're only looking for the adhesive property. So one coat should do you. White bond. White bond is going to be a little bit different. Same application. Thin coat, okay? Thin uniform coat. You can dab it on like that, and then you can use your finger if it comes in that kind of applicator, but make sure your finger is clean. So isopropyl alcohol your finger prior to this. Now you're gonna lay this on like this, and it's gonna be white, and you'll be able to see the high and the low spots when you're doing it. Make sure that it lays out as uniform. Now you can see how far that I've pushed that, and I can keep going. That's good, you want to do that. Good thin coat. Has to be clean though, so make sure that finger's clean. That's a good uniform thin coat, okay? With a polyurethane unit, one coat. With a lace unit, follow the directions, 2 to 3. Some even call for 4 coats. Don't do 4 coats. That's an epic waste of time in my opinion. 2 to 3 coats maximum for a lace unit. All right, so now that you've done that, your white bond is going to turn white. I'm sorry, clear when it's dry. That's kind of its trigger point to know that, hey, I'm ready to go down. I'm ready for the product, your polyurethane or lace, to go and go ahead and push it down. I typically would wait another minute or 2 once that happens to make sure that it's fully cured. I have found that the longer that you let the product cure to open air, uncontaminated open air, the better off the result is going to be in the longevity of the product. And you guys that are saying, you know, scalp protector, you know, I don't use them, I don't believe in them. I'm going to tell you right now that it's kind of like primer for a car or primer for your house wall. It does work, guys. It really does work. And the term scalp protector, in my opinion, is not the right term that should be used for that product because it's not protecting your scalp. I guess it could, but that's not its purpose. Its purpose is to be a primer for the bond to adhere to. So just give it a try. I'm not saying buy mine. I'm just saying just give it a try. All right, so this being a mannequin head, I don't think it's going to cure as normal. I get a lot of guys that reach out to me and say, I'm getting white spots on my unit. On a polyurethane, for instance, I'm getting these white spots. What is it? That's your white spot. That's definitely your white spot. And it's obviously not as blown out of proportion like this one is, but I did this for the video, so it makes it obvious. What it is a high spot of the bond that did not cure. If it does not cure, that's why this bottle is white, because it has not cured. That's what you're seeing. Essentially, a group of collected product in a pocket that just never cured. It may have had a sheen on the top of it when you put it down, but right underneath it, it's still white. You know, it's like, you know, you get chocolate or whatever and it's crunchy on the top, but yet you peel the top of it off and it's still moist underneath. It's kind of the same principle. This is just like the clear bond, but it just doesn't show up the same. So that's never going to cure. That's never going to help you. That's never going to adhere. That's never going to work. It may work temporarily, but you won't get the maximum result out of the product. So make sure that you lay that out thinly and uniformly so that it's thin and uniform. And then you're going to get the best properties of that bond that you can get. All right, I've really made a mess now. Way to go. So next and final part of this is going to be tape. Tape is a wonderful thing, guys. What tape is, and you're going to say, no kidding, Curtis, tape is tape. Well, yeah, it is. So tape like this, for instance, our super tape, okay, is our clear bond, Stick It Clear Bond, with a product in it that makes it a solid so it can become tape. So when you get a tape, for instance, okay, and you pull the little tabs off, all right, first and foremost, before you ever stick anything down to your head, the very last step is isopropyl alcohol and a cotton ball, period. That is the very last step prior to installation of anything. That includes scalp protector or anything. So 0 starting point is your isopropyl alcohol. Step 1, scalp protector. Step 2, bond. Step 3, place the unit. Or you would put tape at step 1, and then step 2 would be place the unit. Same principle. Clean surface area, okay? Now, super tape is a thing called a pressure-sensitive adhesive. It has polymers, and I'm not a magician or chemist or anything like that. It has polymers inside of it that work based on pressure. So whenever you apply a tape, you're going to push the tape down in the area, and once you get it down onto the scalp or onto the unit, typically if you put it on the unit, this is going to kind of go in reverse, but the principle is all going to be the same. Once you get it down to where it's going to go, give it a good, strong rub, okay? A good, strong, uniform rub. And then you're going to peel up your backing material. Now you have your exposed tape. If you put it on your unit first, that's fine too. No big deal. You don't have to press all crazy hard at that point. Go ahead and get it on your unit on the edge. Peel your backing off. Put your unit on. And then once you put your unit on, then press firmly to make sure that that pressure-sensitive adhesive works the way it's supposed to. All tapes are not pressure-sensitive adhesives. All tapes do need pressure to activate, though. I mean, they need pressure to be able to adhere to the spot that they're going to stick to. Obviously, you don't just lay a piece of tape on top of something and hope for the best. See what I mean? That's really all there is to it. Now, with both of these scenarios that you're doing, you can use... There's a product called, and I don't want to use their trademarked name, but it makes your bond adjustable. I'm not talking badly about their product. It is a great product, and it does exactly what it's supposed to do. But you can cheat this, guys, and that's what I'm all about. Isopropyl alcohol. It's really one of the main staples that you can use for a whole heck of a lot of things, but you have to be very sparingly on it because it's very drying on the hair and it's very bad for your skin. So those products out there, their base component is isopropyl alcohol, but they come with a fragrance and I believe a skin conditioner or something inside of them that evaporates just to not be so rough on your skin. Me, I'm cheap, I use this. I put some in a spray bottle, and when I spray it, I'm not saturating the area. I'm doing that like I'm contaminating the area, kind of, oh no, a couple sprays. Then I get that window of time. If I've got to pick up my unit or I got to move it or something just didn't go right, I got a wrinkle, I've got that moment in time, that 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds to be able to make that alteration and change to fix that problem. Done. It's just that simple. So guys, don't over dissect this. It's really very easy and not hard to do at all. I hope that information helps you. Just put on those thin coats like I'm telling you guys. Use the little amount of product that you really need to do the job. It's not more is better by far. More is terrible. More of these products on your head will cause less time that the product works the way it's supposed to. Okay, I'm done. I don't know where I got my coughs from. No Rona. Anyways, that's what I got today, guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to do everything I can to make this community better and to give education to make it better. That's what I got today, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button if you like my content and it was helpful. And we'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks.